Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
We're at Andertons in England, in Guildford to be particular.
What
Andertons.
a surprise.
Yes, as is commonly our want.
And today, we're rather proud actually, because it's not often that there's a sort of, someone from the UK comes along and, gives up his day job, or attempts to give up his day job, and invests all his time and energy and loans and everything into trying to launch his own brand of guitar stuff.
You know what? I'm absolutely loved up at the moment.
You are loved up.
I feel so wonderful inside. I've had nice coffee from Danish Pete.
Yeah.
Went to the pub and had a nice meal.
Yeah.
I went into Andertons while Lee was walking his dog, and I started playing this, and I'm like, this is such a beautiful guitar. And then I plugged in to the good old classic JSAM 800, got the Stone Deafs on, and everything's just great.
Well, we're going to talk about this guitar in a minute and give it its own video at some point in the next few days. But we're here. I'm here to talk about Stone Deaf. Electric word, Stone Deaf. And that means forever, and that's a long time.
Yes.
But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. You have to laugh.
Do you think Americans get annoyed at us really enjoying the various
I have
accents?
no idea, but anyway.
I really hope they don't.
So, Stone Deaf is a guy called Luke up near Manchester who is just basically a kind of an engineer, pedal geek, guitar geek, amp geek. And he is trying to break into the world of amps and pedals.
But you know what? He's done a great job.
Yeah, so we said we'd do, we're stocking his pedals in Andertons, and said we'd feature some of the pedals in a video, which we've got 3 very, very cool pedals, and also an expression pedal here. So we've got like a stoner rock kind of fuzzy kind of pedal called the PDF2. We've got the Trashy Blonde, which is your sort of Marshall-y, sort of blues breakery, JTM type vibe. And we've got the Warp Drive, which is a sort of a very high gain, drive pedal. Each of them have got quite interesting EQ sections. And the reason we've got the expression pedal here is that all of them allow the some element of the pedal to be swept.
Which is really cool and a little bit unusual.
And I think all of them are like 2-channel... No, sorry, these 2 are like 2-channel pedals, and then the Warp Drive has a noise gate built in. So let's put people out of their misery. Let's just tell you why this isn't a Les Paul, or at least it's not.
I think you better tell me, because I think
it's from some of this. You may be more familiar with this, and this is the sort of the other guitar we're going to be featuring. So this is what's called the ES Les Paul, and this is really a 335 disguised as a Les Paul.
Yes.
So it's a centre block guitar, hollow both sides, with 335 pickups in it, and weighs next to nothing.
And looks really cool.
And of course has the F holes in it to give it that kind of 335 look. However, as a very, very, very limited run, I don't even know if it's a limited run of 1, I suspect it's not, but it's a very limited run. This guitar also exists without the F holes. So you can kind of tell it's not, you can certainly tell it's not a real 335, a real Les Paul when you pick it up.
Yes.
It doesn't weigh anything.
Well, I mean, you say it doesn't weigh anything. I mean, let's not kid around. I mean, it's
got to be half the weight of a regular Les Paul.
Less than half the weight, I would have thought.
But it's also kind of Memphis inspired, so it's the pickups out of a 335 rather than a Les Paul double bound. It hasn't got the arch that you would get on it, which I'm guessing, and we'll fill you in on the proper spec.
Probably because of the centre block.
When it's probably a laminate maple like a 335. It's just in the shape of Les Paul. Anyway, Rob has fallen in love and wants to buy this. I've got to try and work out how much it is for him, but that's enough about the guitar. Let's go back to the pedals. So we're going to start over this side with the sort of the stoner rock thing called the PDF2. Turn it on. You've got a kind of a clean and a dirty setting, and then so I think we'll just let Rob. These are all, by the way, designed in the UK, handmade in the UK, top quality. We love so. So, as you can see, we've got a gain control, which I'm guessing that's going to be the obvious one. Height, frequency, and bandwidth all adjust different elements of the tone. So I think whilst Rob is doing some of that nice open chordy, stonery sort of stuff, I'll just fiddle.
I'm having so much fun.
And I just apologise for my newbiness there, as I'm fiddling away here going, these aren't making much difference, are they? But it would appear that if the expression pedal is plugged in...
Oh, that doesn't make a difference.
You have to use the expression pedal to adjust. So the only two controls I think that were doing anything there were sort of gain and height, the frequency control.
That's good. We're not afraid to make mistakes in Andertons.
We make them all the time.
We do.
So keep going and I'll use this now instead.
Okay.
Okay, for sure that does what it says on the tin,
That's
doesn't it?
absolutely wonderful.
Very, very cool. I mean, it's very kind of like a less screechy version of a wah, isn't it?
But it's different, that's the thing. He's actually come up with something different.
It's like a wah, but it's not a wah, isn't it?
How many people can claim to have done that? That's really, really cool.
So we like that. We like that. Can I have a play? Maybe if I just play with a Strat or something like that?
Yeah, don't use my guitar.
No, I'm not using your guitar.
This is my guitar now.
Because I like Strats and I like Marshalls and I like fuzz. Well,
to be honest, you can't go far wrong with what that is and what this is.
So you can be the knob twiddler now.
Look, whose Strat is this?
This is Pete's, Danish Pete.
So, knob twiddling time from Rob. That's immense. That's really cool.
I don't understand. Been playing guitar for like 20-something years, and like the last year, I've had like a fuzz epiphany. It's like I I spent my whole life kind of saying to customers in the stores, man, fuzz, don't really get it. I so get it now.
It's like, such a vocal effect that it's really, really pleasing.
It's what it is, isn't it? It's just it's one of those things where you just gotta get into it, man. He says.
So, but we had it basically. I mean, you can see the frequency and height are full on.
I think that's what seems to sort of enable the pedal to have the maximum range of sweepable effect. Yeah. Hang on, let's just swap back over.
Yeah, I'll swap back over.
Okay.
Moving along to the Trashy Blonde.
Everybody loves a Trashy Blonde.
Well,
what's she doing in this particular picture here?
She's tweaking a knob.
She looks like she's tweaking a nipple.
Yeah, it looks like it's positioned directly over where her nipples would be. She only has one nipple,
so she's like the opposite of Scaramanga. She has one nipple as opposed to three. Anyway, so in terms of knobs and buttons on this here pedal, it's a little bit difficult to see, but we have got a mix control, presumably between a sort of a clean and a dirty tone. We've got a trash, which I'm sort of guessing, oh I see, we've got clean and trashy, so that obviously kicks in an extra thing. Balance, something, and mid. What was that? Good lord, 0, cut boost, I don't know, we just got lots of knobs and buttons.
Let's just see what it does.
Let's see what it does. I've worked it out. This is the school of Anderton here, where I never read the manual. It looks like the top row here, including this bandwidth one, are to do with your clean channel, and then the trashy channel is this bottom bit where you can blend in how much of the trashy channel you kind of actually want.
Okay.
So yeah, when we go, I'm just going to play around with those the clean sound first and get. I think it's like a mid-gain kind of Marshall vibe here. So here we go. Putting my favourite plectrum back in this really annoying pocket to get out of. That'll do.
You got. It's because you got so many of them. Have a lead. That was great.
Having a lot of fun. This one you can tell is this is probably more about taking kind of a martially kind of amp and just adding some fuller fat flavour to it rather than sort of like a radical pedal. It's not as instantly obvious what the pedal is doing as perhaps the PDF. But anyway, nonetheless, a fun pedal, good pedal. So let's go to
Warp Drive.
Warp Drive. Let's have a Star Trek moment as we
Star
go
Trek?
into Warp Drive, isn't it?
What's your favourite Star Trek creature? I'm going to go with Fribble.
I only really know one. I only really know the Klingons. And my claim to fame is that when I was much younger, I had a friend of mine who was an actor, a bit older than I am, and his dad was an actor called, I think it was John Colicos, and he was the first ever Klingon in Star Trek, and he went on to be like the main baddie in Battlestar Galactica.
Wow!
And then there was like a human guy that
Commander Makara.
Was that? I don't know, but there was like a human guy who was in charge of all the Cylons.
Yeah.
Cylons? Anyway,
Yeah.
that was him. That was his dad.
Wow.
Warp Drive. 2 buttons on the Warp Drive. One to turn the pedal on and off, and one to kick in a noise gate, as one assumes this must be a relatively noisy pedal.
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
Holy B-Jam, that sounds amazing. I'm wearing a different t-shirt. Why is that, Lee?
Well, because halfway through finishing this video when we were doing the Warp Drive yesterday, the camera crashed, which means we lost a bit of footage and we didn't realise until the end. So
Partly correct. The also thing that also happened is that I realised, of course, I had a scratch guard on my guitar, and that changed the tone and made it inferior. So I took it off and had some kind of crazy excuse about a camera crashing so that I could take it off and it would clearly sound better.
So yes, you're hearing in this video, the PDF and the Trashy Blonde, you're hearing from a Wednesday, whereas the Warp Drive you're hearing from a Thursday, which of course is going to make all the difference.
Is Thursday's tone better than Wednesday's tone?
There you are. Let's find out. Amp is set up the same. Everything else is set up the same. So Warp Drive is allegedly Stone Deaf's super high gain, crazy rock thing. Lots of different knobs and buttons to do with how much gain we're going to have.
It's got a hand wah. That's
EQ.
important.
Yeah. And of course, it's got a noise gate now. So this second button here, let's just quickly, before Rob plays anything, show you why you might want a noise gate. So potentially quite a lot of noise. With the noise gate, quite a lot less noise.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can literally get it to the point now where I've probably turned the noise gate up so much, even the guitar won't get through. So you might even get, so you get those kind of stupid sounds, which some people might like.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should buy a stone deaf pedal, and in particular the Warp Drive.
Good lord!
Lordy me.
I want to play it with the Strats and just see what happens, because we've done that with the other two pedals and we haven't done it with this one. But I tell you what, we don't need the. You don't need to do the expression pedal thing. You don't need.
Are you prepared to go into Warp Drive?
Yes, Captain, I am. Set me to warp factor 6.
Shall I activate the deaf?
Do it. Excellent.
That's great.
Works excellently with a tremolo arm on a Strat, I've got to say. I mean, this is pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. This is if you want to send your guitar into a territory that is ridiculously overdriven.
Really,
warp,
quite a lot
fuzz.
of awesome Jimmy tones coming out of there.
It's got all sorts of stuff. So there we go. That's the Warp Drive. As I said, you can use the expression pedal or not. It's entirely up to you. It's whether or not you like the idea of getting some of those EQ sweeps whilst you're playing. The only real criticism I've got of the whole range is I'll be completely honest with you, none of the knobs are terribly, the screen printing rather, isn't terribly clear about what anything's going to do.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And even when
really
it's,
cool.
yeah, even when it's got
out.
a kind of a name, it doesn't really give you any indication of what might happen if you twiddle it. So it's very much one of those is it like a shoegazer kind of thing where you just want to literally turn down and just got to find your sound in there. But they're cool. They look great. They do look really, really great. And there's about 10 pedals in the range, I think, so, and amps as well. But I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find the pedals. Andertons are carrying all the pedals for sure.
You know what else looks great?
Your face next to that Les Paul.
My new guitar.
Which isn't even a pretend Les Paul.
I have been Rob Chapman.
And I'm the captain.
See you later.
Au revoir.
Bye. Holy B-Jam.
I've had like a fuzz epiphany. When I was much younger, I had a friend of mine who was Klingon in Battlestar Galactica.
Wow.